Welcome everybody to another edition of Reboot It's Movie Mashup. We have Ron Swallow, Ed Greer, Billy Business. Everything's backwards.
Did you turn it to me?
I did, a little bit. Everything is backwards, including the way that we do the show. If you are just joining us for the very first time, thank you very much. So good to see you. This is kind of a fun game that we've been playing. This is how it works. We have a list of franchises. We have a list of movie genres. We pick one from each list randomly, and then we have exactly 30 minutes to figure out how we are going to make a reboot, a sequel, whatever it's going to be. Ed, how do you think we've been doing so far?
I think we've been dealt some weird hands, and I think we've been able to bluff our way through. And I think that's the whole point of the game, man. It is you got to get something down on paper. I think a lot of people have paralysis by analysis, man. And this show is an active monument fighting that. Get it down on paper. You can improve it later.
This is definitely Reboot It's Fake It or Make It course. Ron, which one are you more? Are you a fake it or are you a make it?
I'm probably a fake it. I'm having a blast though. And hey, by the way, guys out there watching us, if you're having a blast, be sure to subscribe to Reboot It channel and hit the alarm bell. All right, because you look, this is so fun, and if you're not having fun, I think you're a crazy person. So let's do this.
the shameless plugging of Ron Swallow,
yeah.
always keeping us, always keeping the train on the tracks. All right, without further ado, let's find out what today's random hand will be. Here we go. It will be Alien, Ridley Scott's classic Alien, and the genre is going to be an MCU Avengers crossover event. So call this Avengers 5 with Alien. How is this going to work? I have no idea, but guess what? 30 minutes is on the clock starting right now.
Okay. Well, we have people in space already, right?
Yes, that is a true fact of the MCU.
We got the scrolls.
Space exists.
We got the scrolls in space. What if a simple thing like an alien gets on the scrolls and gets a mix of scroll alien powers, right? And now you've got an alien who can morph into other things.
An alien gets on the scrolls, like they like have
on
sex?
a scroll
like
ship.
They get on it.
They get on it. Yeah.
they
get on the ship.
On it.
That could be interesting.
They do a face hugger on one of the scrolls. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. From Spaceballs comes out, and then this alien can finds out that it can morph.
I definitely think that we should off an Avenger with an alien. Like, let's just shock the people. Like, in the first act of this movie, you think that you're going to like a little battle on some planet, and I don't know, it can't be this, but Spider-Man gets a face hugger. Could you imagine taking out Spider-Man, just killing him in the first 10 minutes of your Avengers movie?
You would get murdered.
It's like, no, dude.
We will get murdered if
we still have a Miles. We still have a Miles Morales.
You still have a lot of malice. I think. Is it a two-pronged? Is it a two-pronged attack in regards to how the aliens are doing stuff? Because honestly, just somebody discovering them in space or just somebody having them on Earth, to me, is kind of boring for a universe like Marvel. But if both are happening like at the same time or something, or if like one causes the other, like us trying to deal, some super people trying to deal with the aliens out there impacts Earth some kind of way, or something like that. To where
okay,
it's like,
hear me out.
The battle comes home.
With you.
Thanos' cousin shows up, and he is mad that Thanos got killed. And he just drops aliens on the Earth. That's it.
Well, I mean, yes, Love it. I love cousin Thanos. Uncle Michael's kid. But I'm thinking like, okay, go back. Imagine if you had Avengers Infinity War.
Okay.
Thanos is creating a mess while he's doing all these Infinity Stones. And what if on top of that, the Avengers are fighting, to stop Thanos, and then you just throw Alien, a face hugger, into the mix as a complete, like, it's not a weapon, it's not somebody like
Okay.
imagine if Thor went to Nidavellir and there was a face hugger there, and Thor just gets wrecked by an alien.
Dude, okay,
And
here we
yeah.
go. Here we go. Thor comes back from a mission in space. Stop me if you heard it. He sits at the damn Avengers table. They're kicking it, talking and stuff, and it comes out of his chest, dude. A freaking a super duper alien comes out of Thor's chest in the middle of dinner, and because Thor is Thor, he like survives that, like by the slimmest margin. He's like, and he's messed up. He's messed up for like the whole rest of the movie, basically. But the bottom line is, an alien comes in on one of our spacefaring Avengers. You know what I'm saying? Or a couple of them, and it's like revealed that, like, yeah, they if they got on these Avengers somewhere, how did the Avengers not remember that? All this different jazz happens. You know what I mean? Like, what was the mechanism that got these guys infected? And now there's super aliens on Earth. Who would propagate such a plan?
There is something interesting about, like, it's almost like coming full circle if you did something where it's like in the first Avengers movie, people blamed the Avengers, it's like because of you guys that these aliens came, when really the Avengers had nothing to do with it. They stopped this invasion. But now you have a movie where it's like, yeah, you literally brought your space shit down to Earth. This thing was going to stay a million miles away. It never would have made its way to Earth. But because you brought this, I hate to say, like, Thor brings, alien COVID to Earth,
Dude, like maybe Thor and the Asgardians, dude. I mean, the Asgardians of the galaxy. Maybe they're the ones that bring it back because they get infected out there and then they come to Earth for some reason.
Can we please just kill one Avenger? Just
no, I think we should kill. I think we should kill. All right, well, let's make a death.
Can we kill Star-Lord then, if it's going to be Asgardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
I mean, I would personally love that. So let's do that.
Okay. I think Star-Lord's just like, guys, I'm just like not feeling great. You almost make like you keep making jokes about it, so you think it's gonna be like this funny runner that like Star-Lord has like diarrhea or something. Like you just keep making jokes.
He's like,
and then all of a sudden, like, honestly, I think like the shock, like if I were to see an Avengers movie and just the shock of like what just happened, like this just took a complete left turn, and I'm totally into it, because now you have a situation where like whoever the villain is almost like a secondary problem to, we have to stop Thanos, plus this alien kind of disease has now spread.
Yeah, it's weird. What kind of character could be down with the alien queen and have them doing stuff with them? Because like I think, yeah, weaponizing, there's something. I think the aliens have their own thought process. The aliens, they have their own thought process. We don't understand it. You know what I mean? Because it's somebody who can like understand them and be in a union with them, weaponizing these eggs and these months. And now I'm just seeing Rocket Raccoon running down the hallway, getting chased by one of those creepy crawly joints, the face huggers and stuff. And like the relative size, it's like kind of big to him because he's such a little guy. Oh so man,
we can like rewrite history as we see fit, because who gives a shit? This is our show.
Yeah.
What if like, forget all the Prometheus bullshit, that was all dumb. What if it's the Sovereign from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 who create the alien? Like, what if Adam is not Adam Warlock, from the post-credits of Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Like, what if it's this this face hugger parasite, and this was like the Sovereign's revenge on Star-Lord, not realizing that Star-Lord would bring it to Earth?
Yeah. and then
Yeah,
they
I've
have
never
to
done
show up and help out.
Why?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
that's true. They don't care.
think, yeah, screw that. It's a mistake across the galaxy. You know what I mean? And even if that's Promethean, again, I think it's one of those things where if they created it or found it, whoever it is, some very arrogant society certainly thought they had these fools under control, and on some sort of visit to them or being around them some kind of way, our Avengers bring it back to Earth. I'm fine with that. But I think Thor, dude, one of them coming out of Thor would really freak people out. And the Marvel Universe,
hell
Thor
yeah.
is super tough, but it's like if an alien just died inside of him, that alien would be by definition super because it's made out of his DNA as well.
Oh,
No,
maybe
first of all,
what happens is he's trying to come out of his stomach, and you see punches like like stretching Thor's skin out, and then it comes out his mouth because it can't get out his stomach. Because then Thor still lives.
Yeah, but it's totally disgusting.
but
Yeah, and it
it's
shows
totally
how tough
disgusting.
Thor is. That's amazing, dude. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
that's-
It's
that's
trying to
pretty
punch
rad.
its way out, and it makes it even more gruesome.
And it's young, so it can't get it. It doesn't. It's not totally strong yet. But once it gets out, boom, and now it's almost as strong as Thor, or as strong as Thor.
Is it
stronger than Thor.
worthy? Because it was in his worthy body.
That would be hilarious.
An alien with Mjolnir? Come on, are you telling me you wouldn't buy that Funko
I-
Pop?
I want
Come
it.
on now.
Yeah, man. I think that would freak people out, dude. Dude, an alien. It's like Beta Ray Bill. It has like a little Thor costume on, but aliened out. Oh man.
I think this little alien, because it was able to not like be digested by Thor, is worthy enough to hold his hammer and takes the reforged hammer of Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Well, and there's all kind of action gags where you could do like, but again, like Thor being kind of messed up and being like damn, being guilty that he brought this nasty stuff to Earth, and being mad that it injured him in any way. I think that all that's good. So where does the majority of it happen?
I mean,
Space, right?
no,
Because
I kind of think you take it to Earth. You know, like
Yeah?
I
The
think
contagion getting out has to mean something, and we have the Marvel Universe characters to try to stop it, but I think even they can't in the end. You know, I don't want to say spoiler, but yeah, probably at the end they're not all the way eradicated because it's very hard to get rid of all of them once they get.
and we're pulling
infested.
away from an Earth with just crawling aliens all over
now
the Earth.
Well, then
the
everybody
biggest
would be
hurdle-
dead. That's too much. But yes,
the
they're
biggest
definitely
hurdle we
still out
have
there.
is that Spider-Man knows that Alien is a fictional film because he references it in Avengers Infinity War. So he might know. He's like, guys, I've seen this movie. Like maybe they don't even think that these things are real. And they're like, oh yeah, the Alien, that was based off some real shit. You guys thought Ridley Scott made that shit up. No, it's real. you get kind of meta with it, you know?
I love it.
Ridley Scott is actually Asgardian. You guys didn't know.
You didn't know.
What if it's
Um,
Spider-Man learns how to speak alien?
Do aliens talk? Full disclosure,
Well,
I've
what
only
if-
seen Alien and Aliens. I never saw 3 and 4. So I don't
here's
know
the thing.
what happens.
We're making up some shit. And what if aliens have like their own society and language that exists? They aren't just forces of nature. There's some kind of like, sure, they breed and they, this is how they survive. This is what they do. So it's not like a malice against humans. This is just how they, procreate. That's how they do things.
Yeah. No, I think I like that just fine. I think that's easier if Thor just picked it up and it's not like some crazy villain. I mean, that's almost like at this point, like Avengers 5, like you just had the best villain that you could possibly have with Thanos. How do you top it? You don't.
Yeah.
Like what if the alien villain is not a villain in the sense that it's trying to like have a plot? It's just almost like a survival type movie, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, starring the fucking Avengers, because I really do think that that's interesting, because I think something that bleeds acid and can like get the superhuman DNA of people that it's inside of and comes from like basically Thor. They can basically say that these things are like tougher than the things that Thanos was bringing with him because they're part Thor or whatever. And you know, I think we could roll with that. They're
Yeah.
I
tough
think
and it's
here's
a
what we
task.
do, and we can do some clever people not happy with Evangeline Lilly right now. I think we have Wasp shrink down to go inside an alien and kill it from the inside, and she just immediately dissolves into acid, and that's how the Avengers learn that the aliens plus acid, and Evangeline Lilly's out of her contract. It's great. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Dude, and then Spider-Man's like, dude, I knew their blood was acid. You should have listened to me.
I've seen this movie. It's
But
true.
see, and they don't know Spider-Man, so why the hell would they listen to some kid in a costume who just jumped over the fence with a 30-foot jump? You know what I'm saying? Why would they listen to him? He knows that these things are fictional, and you know that's crazy. Maybe that's the last remnant of the multiverse madness that happened. Is that the aliens universe got merged with ours some kind of way? Paul Reiser.
That's kind of
for no
cool,
reason.
actually. Yeah. What if Thor got it from like a, it's like a multiverse STD, you know?
Yeah.
I mean,
who knows?
the Venom suit is kind of multidimensional, right?
Well,
So
dude, I was thinking
it
about
fits in.
Dude, well, I was thinking
Dude,
about
the
I was
Venom
thinking,
suit on an alien would be awesome.
but see, that's the thing. I think that's how we work Spider-Man into it, because Spider-Man belongs in a movie where there's aliens. They're just about the right size and strength level for him to fight and jump around
Right.
with on the ceilings and shit. We can make use of this new CGI jazz and the Alvin Ailey dancers and stuff. We can make these things an action object that really, they don't just lurk. They like do stuff because it's the Marvel universe. We have to deliver the goods. So like I could see all that, and then Spider-Man, because they've already set up a little bit of symbiote being here. What if Spider-Man gets that, and that is just weird enough to be able to talk to the aliens a little bit, and that is part of how it gets solved. Rod, you said it. Him talking alien, that him and the suit can talk to the Queen enough to at least distract her while Thor bashes her head in or something. However we resolve it.
Speaking of resolving it, we are at about the 15-minute mark. So we have some cool ideas here. I think we're all in agreement that it's pretty cool that Thor was getting a little freaky somewhere out in space. He is unknowingly kind of gets the alien egg, and he's the one that brings it to Earth. This alien that comes out of him is actually, because it was inside of him, something imprinted on Thor. He's able to hold Mjolnir, the reforged Mjolnir, which is not good if the aliens have that kind of power. Spider-Man is able to use the symbiote that was left over. This could be the start of his Venom saga, weirdly enough. What else can we do? Like, we have some really cool set pieces here. Like, what can we do to tie this together? Like, we have like Avengers kind of working, like different characters working separately, but we still need that like Avengers moment. Where's that pan around the team moment?
Well, I mean,
and who's in the Avengers at this point?
Here's another question. What if the aliens... Yeah. What if the aliens are trying to find another planet, and people right now, they're arguing on, we should just kill these aliens, and there's like a group of them that want to save the aliens and just move them to a place where they're not going to murder everybody.
Oh, like a mirror dimension or something within the world.
Yeah, where maybe they
dimension.
can, maybe they eat some deer or something and become alien deers. I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like whatever wildlife is in a planet where there's not like a lot of, like, they try to find them a different place. So there's maybe Captain Marvel and Spider-Man are like, no, these are aliens, because Captain Marvel is dealing with all kinds of aliens all the time in space. And of course, Spider-Man is like, big hearted. And then maybe Thor and, Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury and a few of the others are like, no, we've got to murder these things because they're murder bots.
I wish we could have Captain Marvel have one, but I think it's a little bit too on the nose. A lot of neckbeards would really like for Captain Marvel to have an alien baby.
Yeah.
So we can't do that. But I wish we lived in a world where it wouldn't be to those people's satisfaction, because it would be very surprising, and it would take a big heavy hitter out for a long time. Because like honestly, bro, if Captain Marvel decided to kill all the aliens, it would just be a really long 48 hours of flying around and burning whole blocks of stuff down. And
Yeah,
then
she
being
wants to
like,
save
oh,
them.
it burn, you know, but
What
you know.
if and now I'm at a point where oh, never mind. This is the problem with like 29 Marvel movies. I'm like, what if the alien somehow like ate an Infinity Stone or the Tesseract, even if it was from like a multiverse?
You know,
Like, could you imagine
one of them,
if the Infinity Stones were eaten or embedded within aliens themselves? Like, I don't
mean,
know if that's going to the well one too many times, but like again, like that would combat at like, because that's the problem that Captain Marvel's going to have going forward with any of her movies, is you kind of have to nerf her powers a little bit in order to have like some drama, you know?
Yeah, we could just have her not in there, right? I just thought she would be one of the people who would want to save them
No,
because
she's got to be there, man. She's like what? She's like the main one of the main ones now.
yeah, but she'd want to save them. Like she would have that attitude because she's probably dealt with similar alien species in different places. That's what I'm thinking. So who's on the side of? I mean, if you're cool with this idea, who's on the side of save them and who's on the side of murder them? Winter
I don't
Soldier,
know, because
murder.
it's like we've already done the Civil War thing, so it's like, you know, part of my brain is like, is this a perfect chance to kind of like forge a new team? Like, you know, like
Oh,
we've left Endgame, and I think they've even said in multiple Marvel movies there at this point, it's like, who's even an Avenger anymore? Like, are the Avengers still a thing? And it's like, maybe this is the event to finally get, you know, our new Avengers kind of cemented as that group.
okay.
Which makes me hesitant to have them feud, but I'm not against it. Like, it could be just like any other superhero team up movie where they feud for a little bit and then come together at the end. Speaking of coming together at the end, we have about 10 minutes, so we should probably figure out how these Avengers are going to come together to stop this alien. Or maybe they don't. Maybe that's the end of the movie.
It is Alien.
It's very Alien.
It's just Captain Marvel that survives.
Because like honestly, part of me goes, I mean, I hate to do this, but why can't Captain Marvel be in space? I don't know, or fighting a giant alien infestation that Thor went to go help her out with, and that's why we get a dope ass action scene like Marvel style. What if it opens on Captain Marvel and Thor having an epic? I'm talking about stupid, like this is the end of Endgame type of fight as the very first thing, and they're destroying the hell out of aliens. They're just boom, 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 all this kind of stuff, and they crack a brewski after all this dope stuff that they killed all these aliens. But Homeboy still goes home and has that thing happen to him. So again, sometime in this grand adventure, he got an alien inside of him, and he comes back, and now he brought it to Earth, and the people that are there are his Asgardian buddies. So it's like Gamora, and I honestly would like for Gamora's not even there because they don't know where she's at yet. They do not know where Gamora is at yet. Gamora is not there. It's Peter Quill, Drax, and the tree and Raccoon. And I just think through some machinations, I just want Rocket Raccoon to be left. I think I might even want Groot to be under so much tons of stuff or burnt with so much acid that he can't come back or something. Like something like that, to where it's like these Avengers are Kate Bishop, Rocket Raccoon, Thor with laryngitis and on his deathbed. He's like the guy in the chair for half the movie. Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Winter Soldier and Sam. And these are our Avengers to fight an alien infestation.
That's wonderful.
I'm fine. I say we go full Brian Michael Bendis ultimatum and just start killing off major people left and right. Why not?
Yeah.
I'm fine with I think that's the thing with Alien is like it's been so watered down over the years that in order for Alien to have an impact, you need to, unfortunately, you got to break some eggs to make an omelet, you know? So
dude, you know who the powerhouse is? If they can't have it, what if I guess you can't make Hulk be off planet. I'm just saying something happens to Hulk, or maybe even Hulk gets messed up, or Hulk is off on the other world helping them to fight he was out there with Captain Marvel and whatever, and he didn't return back with Thor. Thor came back to drink some mead and take a break.
He went off with Captain Marvel to hang out to talk
Yeah,
about
whatever.
Shit,
He's off. I'm just saying the She-Hulk man is going to be an existing character in this time frame, and just having a strong character that can be swarmed by aliens that we could still see. Maybe they could get injured because she's not the Hulk, she's a She-Hulk, and that's no diss. She's a different character with a different set of skills. So seeing She-Hulk be the tank in here, because like I said, Thor should be a little bit messed up. He's got acid all in his he got messed up like how he did. Anyway, back in the 80s, he got messed up and had to wear sacred armor because his body got acid melted. So it would harken back to that actually happened in the comics. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I love it.
Cool. So I think you take your heavy hitters off world for this. It would even be a cool after credit scene, or maybe if it's really bleak, the end of the movie where they come back to Earth, not knowing what has happened, or they got a distress call and they came too late, and maybe it ends on a cliffhanger, or it just ends with half the world is just dead because of aliens.
Dude, and if people really need to see the scene where Homeboy got inseminated by the facehugger, it is that he was drunk as hell and 3 chicks was laying with him, and the thing came down and hugged his face in the night like a sleep apnea mask, and we could just show that scene horrifically. It'd be like, oh my god!
Don't they say that you swallow 100 spiders or something in your sleep
you do.
in the course of a year? So it's that's exactly what happened. I think it has to be something where he had no idea that it happened to him.
Yep.
That's
and
then it slithers off and dies under the bed, and he goes back
Okay, so our heroes, they realize look, we are the new Avengers. We have to come, back together. This is not the same team that it used to be, but we are just as good. We are just as capable. Spider-Man, I love the inclusion of that bit of symbiote, kind of enables him to, at least, even if he doesn't talk to the aliens, maybe it kind of gives some telepathic link so he knows what their plan is.
Yeah.
And then how do we end this thing? Who is it? Thor comes back at the end. He's been sidelined for most of the movie and delivers the killing blow to the Queen with the axe, but it's kind of one of those things where it's it's a little too late. The Queen's dead, but the damage has already been done. I know he kind of had that in Infinity War already, but
I mean, I think it's a lot of people have died, and there's a lot of aliens now, a lot of regular ones though. So that way, the regular ones are are Sam and Winter Soldier are handling our regular aliens, and getting messed up during the process as well.
Yeah.
And then, but at the same time, since this is an alien movie, people are just getting murked left and right, like regular people, and it's just everyone's getting more and more depressed because they're used to saving people, and they're not saving them this time.
Yeah, it's too massive.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's
it's you know what? I think it's more how about this? We set them what is a place where we could set the Avengers where they were infested and they had to do the containment of them and kill them, but be trapped. They're trapped somewhere with the aliens. These Avengers, because I don't think we need to worry about the whole rest of the world. These Avengers in the Avengers facility.
Yeah.
When the thing pops out of them, it runs away, and then it comes back as Thor, start killing, or not as Thor, but you know what I'm saying. Comes back with a lot of strength and can jump the different Avengers stuff. They're just in this place by themselves. What's to prevent them from? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So maybe you just make it I know it got blown up, but it's the rebuilt new Avengers facility.
Yeah. Whatever Kate Bishop's
we
money
literally just
built.
keep it like a bottle episode type thing where they have to. Maybe they're going there. Maybe so. Trying to throw a bunch of story together. Maybe they go there, this newly rebuilt thing, and Sam or whatever is just look, the Avengers, what they were, we can never be that. I say we don't even try. Everyone, you're in New York, you're in San Francisco. Just guard your place. If something really bad happens, we can talk. But I think the idea of Avengers is just not going to happen. boom, something pops out of Thor. Everything goes on lockdown.
Yeah.
And the whole movie is about them figuring out, like, no, we are always going to be stronger together, even though we didn't think we were going to be, the Avengers. That's what we have to be now.
And check it out. We don't think we're good enough to be the Avengers for real, because there's all these low hitters, and that's why it's dangerous for them. It's like Thor, the biggest heavy hitter that was going to solve the problem, is out. He's the one who brought it to us, so he's out. So like, yeah, you're Kate Bishop, you're Iron Heart or whatever, you're these losers, even Kamala Khan or whatever, I don't know, these people who are like the lower level Avengers, and of course Captain America as Anthony Mackie, Sam, that's your team, and Winter Soldier is there maybe, or these guys against aliens in a lockdown facility, they're in some major danger, and the dude who would save them brought it to him.
Kamala Miss Marvel is like Spider-Man and has gotten his number and calls Spider-Man in, and Spider-Man has to show up and like help them out, because I want Spider-Man in everything.
No, I think Spider-Man's he's part of the, like, they don't know he's Peter Parker, but they still know Spider-Man, to my understanding. So I think he can still be there for, look, I say the thing is, like, it's almost like a meta commentary that's like, yeah, we know that we are not Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans and like that's and Scarlett Johansson, like, we can't be that, but that doesn't mean that we can't give you some cool shit. I think that's like, it's like a very meta commentary on what the Avengers have to be moving forward. So it's like, look what we can do that the other guys never did. So like, we're a different type of Avengers. I think that's actually a pretty cool way to like usher in this new era of Avengers. And you're doing it in a way by having it come out of Thor that's almost symbolic of, like, from the ashes of the old team rises the new one,
Yeah. I love it. It is hilarious that we talked for like 20 minutes going around some other weird horror movie to turn it into the original Alien on one spot.
Yeah,
it's perfect. Yeah. But also making it a good MCU movie.
The first one is so good, though.
That's
why the first Alien is so good.
They're trapped.
Because
it's so
there's
scary.
Something about being trapped. With about 10 seconds left. Can we still kill Chris Pratt?
Yeah,
because I feel like a lot of people don't like him now. So
he's part of the Asgardians. He's there.
And that's time. So
you just had to make sure he was run over right at the end of the time.
So what we have is Thor, Captain Marvel, and Hulk are off-world dealing with an alien crisis. One of the biggest battles in the history of the MCU on screen. We see them absolutely dominate. Thor, he loves his revels. He revels, but he doesn't realize in his sleep that he is actually, there's one last alien that was left that they didn't get. It gets inside of Thor. Captain Marvel and Hulk stay behind in space, but Thor returns back to Earth for a summit of all former and potential Avengers at the newly rebuilt Avengers facility. They decide, look, we all come from different places. We have our jurisdictions, but being here as an Avengers group, we're never going to be like the old team. It can't be like that. We aren't them. It's just not going to happen. And they decide to dissolve the Avengers, but at that very moment, the alien chestburster pops out of Thor. Actually, it can't get out of Thor's stomach, so it shovels up out of his mouth. It is now worthy because it came from Thor, and takes his weapons. And now we have a full new Avengers lockdown in the compound, where Spider-Man, who, as we find out in No Way Home, a piece of the symbiote from Venom was left over. He has that symbiote that he has brought to be analyzed at the Avengers compound. He bonds with him. He is able to telepathically link with the aliens, figure out their strategy. The Avengers come together and realize they're always going to be stronger together as a group than they are dismantled. Thus, in the movie and also in the public's eye, bringing together this new team of Avengers and giving them legitimacy. That is our Alien MCU pitch. And honestly, I kind of, now that Disney owns Fox, I don't know why they wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, you know what? It isn't even like, because I don't even know in this instance, honestly, how the public would find out, because we've kept it bottled up, but they would know. And that's important. That's the important part. They know that no matter what the public says when they premiere Kate Bishop and little kids in armor and this person and that person or whatever, that this team is no joke, because they already defeated something. They know that they're the stuff. So you're going to know soon enough. But they already know, because they went through this crucible this night. I like this Judgment Night Alien movie with Avengers. That's what we were trying to do.
I think it just takes place over the span of like, a night, basically. One night in Jersey. Ron, would you risk getting COVID to go out to the theaters to see this film?
Yeah, absolutely, I would.
I'll wear my mask off and have someone cough in my face if it meant I
do this. I'm triple vaxxed. I'm ready. Give me a face sucker.
That was I wasn't sure if we were going to pull it off, and literally I think with about a minute and a half to 30 seconds left, we nailed it. This is all about movie mashups. This is what we do here. It's just trying to have a little bit of fun in 30 minutes. I want to thank Ron Swallow, Ed Greer. I'm Billy Business. Thank you guys so much for watching. And yes, don't worry, we'll be back next week with more Reboot It movie.